Like anything, something doesn't go her way, it's like, oh no, like her comments about like, oh, the people in the house aren't thinking rationally. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you are out of the game. Like you
Yeah.
are like you've been outplayed. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with them the way not thinking properly. It's just to do with your gameplay. It's
Yeah.
you're not in the alliance. You can't make decisions. Like anyway, I don't know. Whatever.
Welcome back to It's in the Details, the Big Brother edition. I am Damien.
And I'm Roger.
And as always, please remember to share, like, subscribe, rate, review, comment wherever you get the show.
Is this where we enter the Street Fighter sound effect? Round 2. Fight.
It could be. It could be. Week 8. We did this already. Someone forgot to hit record.
Yeah.
Doing it again. So week 8, it was a fun one for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. We end off last week. Tiffany wins head of household. We start off this week. Tiffany, Azza, Claire, Hannah jumping around in the pantries, having a celebration like it's the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, man. Just having a blast. I didn't know they were all that close. Did you know they were that close?
Okay, so I don't think it was okay. People in the room were Tiffany, Azza, and Hannah. Okay, and Claire was just hanging out there.
Yes. Claire was there. Claire happened to be there at the same time.
Yeah, Claire just happened to be there, and she thinks that she's close to Tiff, so yeah, she's gonna celebrate with them. But
yeah,
the whole time I was watching this scene, I was like, oh, poor Claire.
Yeah,
poor Claire. They're all gonna feel stupid. Like everyone that's on the jury is gonna feel so stupid when they realize that their partner was like,
yeah, we're getting ready to backstab him at any moment. You didn't have it, and not only backstab you didn't even have a chance. You had to win or you're out. That's it.
Right.
So a few things happen. We find out the target is Sarah Beth. Then we get an HOH reveal of a room that we haven't had before. We get to see Tiffany's boy again, who I stood up for episode 1 because she had him throwing out the trash in her introduction video. But we get to see him, and then we get to find out that she got Beyonce for her head of household music, and the Cookout people erupt. They lose their minds. They've never been so happy to see Beyonce. I'm not really. Are you a Beyonce fan?
No.
I have respect for it. Like I get it, right? I get that you're into it. It's not.
Yeah. It's not me.
Not for me like that. There's a couple songs, but it's not really for me like that.
Yeah.
Then we saw Sarah Beth have a talk with Tiffany. She found out that Tiffany's probably going to use her as a target. She kind of takes that in stride. Later in the episode, she has another conversation with Tiffany. She's like, I think I'm really in some trouble. Let me go Hulk smash on Alyssa's game and throw her under the bus. Okay?
This is the one part about Sarah Beth's game that I don't like is how what's the like not slimy, but like how desperate she gets. Like when her back is against the wall, it's not a good look on her.
Desperate's the right word.
Yeah, like it's not a good look, and they all see it. Like before, when she got desperate, when she was on the block before, it's the same deal. Like she just got so desperate. And
you're thinking about backdoor and Christian? I'm in.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, as long as it's not me. That whole mentality, as long as it's not me. Like I know Sandra made it popular with Survivor, but I don't like that type of mentality and gameplay. Like it's just I don't know.
So just to clean it up, Alyssa told Sarah Beth that Tiffany looked upset when Derek F lost the head of household to Sarah Beth. Right. What I'm curious about is there are unwritten rules in everything, right? We talk about deceiving and just leading people down a path that isn't the accurate path all the time, and we praise it, right? But for some reason, when you get desperate and a little bit slimy, we get uncomfortable about it. It's like you can only go so far with the betrayals,
right?
And I'm curious as to how the people in the house feel about that. Like, is it anything goes?
I think it's one of the reasons why she's not liked.
Probably.
I think that's one of the reasons. Like, plus other probably little other things as well that we don't see, but
yeah.
But I think that's one of them.
Well, Hannah said it to her we're jumping, but Hannah said it to her in the goodbye diary room. She said, "You have a habit of throwing people under the bus that you're supposed to be close to," right?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. So the noms come down. Xavier's one. He was already up there because of his punishments, and Kylan sits next to Sarah Beth. Tiffany gives a reason of them being a powerful duo. And then later on, she tells Sarah Beth, Kylan's actually the target, trying to make her feel comfortable.
Right.
It doesn't make her feel comfortable. She knows she's got to do some things to stay in this house, right? So we get to the high roller competition and money reveals.
From the previous challenge, right? Because everyone got an envelope.
Yeah. Right. So we get the money America voted for, and you get this envelope money, right?
Right.
The coin of destiny costs 250 big brother bucks.
Yep.
And we find out at 50 big brother bucks, we've got Azza, Kylan, Sarah Beth.
Right.
Makes sense.
Sure.
Makes sense. None of them have enough money to play. At 75 bucks, we've got Xavier, Alyssa, Derek F. He drops down from 100 for the first time.
One. Nice.
Xavier and Alyssa don't have enough money. Derek F does. And he says he's going to play. Big Brother starts maneuvering around the house at this time, showing us what's going on. We've got Hannah saying to Tiffany, Claire needs to win the coin of destiny. If she wins and wins the coin flip, then she can't play head of household next week, and all of the cookout can.
And Tiffany will be able to play again.
Tiffany will be able to play again. She's just going to be safe, but she's got no more head of household powers. They get that news.
What a great deal, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
Safety without having to get your hands bloody.
Yeah. A little risky, a little bit risky if things go the wrong way. You never know, but it's a risk they got to take. Right. They got news to Derek F. He plays. He decides he's going to throw it. He goes very slowly, and he only gets 1 point. While I'm watching this thing, I'm watching it thinking 1 point is not for sure to be beaten. This thing doesn't look that easy.
Right. He should have just got 0, right? Like, could he have got 0?
He should have stacked up all the coins at the bottom of the thing and not
flipped them over. Like, whoops.
Shouldn't have played. Yeah. At 100 BB bucks, we got Hannah, Tiffany, and Claire. Hannah, who came up with the plan, decides not to play.
Right.
Claire plays, and she barely scratches out 3 points.
Barely.
Just barely.
She's trying.
Trying hard. So she wins. They go to the kitchen. They do the reveal. Somebody won. We can't say. It's a mystery. And they put out this contraption to do the coin flipping. We're not flipping from our thumb. Right. We're flipping a big ass Big Brother coin on this contraption.
Right. I think it's because they're kind of wanting to make sure that they get an outcome that they want, right? Because you got to think of it from a production's point of view. If there's a 50% chance that this twist goes down the drain, 3 weeks of bigging it up, and then it could just be like, oh, Claire gets nothing, right?
Yeah.
I think they have this contraption in there, so it guarantees a winner, right?
First of all, no. Before the first of all, the original, we're going to mix it up competition was Frenchie. Remember the day one, they tried to give Frenchie those dice?
Yeah.
And Frenchie said, I'm not playing.
I'm good. Right? Yeah.
And he would have won. Now we get to the high roller stuff, and the cookout keeps swatting them away. They just, cool, we're happy you put in this little trick. We're not going to let it go, right?
Right.
It's a coin flip, Roger. It's a coin flip.
But
50-50.
Anytime that I'm playing 50-50 with someone and I get the rights to call the shot, if I know I'm picking heads, I'm putting heads at the top when I flip it, because most of the time it lands on it. Like, this is just a coin flip thing. Whatever side you put on top, if you do a good enough perfect twist, it'll always land on its head. Always. Ask it, Damien. Ask anyone, any professional coin flippers. Like, do we have any professional coin flippers in our audience?
Get in the comments.
Yeah, because that's why they have that machine, right? Because if they didn't care, they could have just told her, like, yo, flip it with your fingers, right? Why you gotta have this contraption, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but I don't know. I think they put it in there to guarantee that it lands on heads, because it landed on heads, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Tiffany has to put the coin in the contraption, man.
Yeah, and then it's perfectly lined up, and then she just hits it.
She could have put it as tails if she felt like it.
No, I think they told her, make sure you put heads up first. Like
after finding out that Claire picked heads.
Yeah. They told her, when you go put the coin on, make sure you put heads on top, set it all up, and then hit it. They didn't tell her what this HOH had chosen. So there's no, like, you know what I mean? There's no, like, I don't know.
I hear you,
Doug. I've played enough heads or tails to know that, like, dude, anytime that I'm playing against someone with heads or tails and then they get to choose and they also get to do the thing, like, yo, motherfucker, no, you call heads, you're cheating, bro. No. Somebody else do this. Redo.
Do you
How many times at recess did we fucking do this?
Do you catch the coin or do you let the coin fall?
It depends on, like, the group and the people. I don't know.
Because I'm saying that's got to have an impact on how it comes up.
I think you have to let it drop.
And then it's guaranteed to be whatever was on top when you flip.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. You heard Roger. If you are any professional coin flippers out there, message us and let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
I subscribe to Tails Never Fails myself. Okay. So anyway, the coin flip comes down. Claire wins. Apparently, Roger's right. The contraption is a trap.
Heads is on top, man.
The nominees disappear except for Xavier, and promptly reappear Sarah Beth and Kylan back up on the board.
What a bummer. Bummer.
Maybe to some.
It just makes it's like how we said earlier. Like, all these twists have come in, and like the cookout is just swatted them all away. Dominance. Like, we don't need this. We don't need this. Null and void. Like,
dominance.
I don't think it's not dominance. It's just numbers. Like, it's a numbers game, and it's from a production standpoint, like, they must be pissed because, like, everything they throw at them, they just, like, it ends up being null and void. Same with this thing. She ends up picking the same fucking people.
Yeah,
that Tiffany. She didn't even think about flipping the pictures or anything to make it slightly different. It's the same order, the same, like, Jesus.
They could have flipped the pictures. Flipping the pictures, put Xavier in the middle. That would have been nice. That would have been fun.
Or just leave Xavier. Just flip Sarah Beth and Kylan. Just
anyway, so we get to the veto episode. Sarah Beth has no more love for Kylan. They're not hugging anymore after these ceremonies. Kylan's like, hey, can I get a hug? She's like, oh, yeah, sure. And this is because Sarah Beth is trying to pull her classic Sarah Beth. How can I throw this guy under the bus? How can I throw this guy under the bus?
Right.
How can I figure it out? Right. She I think knows she can't do it, so she doesn't do it. We get Tiffany in a room with Claire and Hannah talking about, we should just let everybody think I'm still the HOH. I won the coin of destiny. Nobody else won. Let's keep just make the coin of
destiny pointless.
Yeah, completely pointless.
Completely. Right? Let's just make it seem like I am still an HOH. Yeah.
Claire's not sure about it because she can't get any props for anything that she's doing.
Right.
Tiffany's move to try and keep it secret allows a couple things to happen. Kylan makes an ass out of himself later on in the episode, and Claire is not going to be bombarded by Sarah Beth trying to get her ass off the block. It's very smart. Tiffany.
Oh, not only that, there's a third one. It also makes Claire's game, like, worse.
Weaker. Yes.
She can't get to the end and be like, oh, I was a secret HOH, because then Tiff's going to be like, yeah, you may have been, but I was the one running it. Right. Yeah. Like,
it's a great point. Even my nom stayed the same. Even my nom stayed.
Yeah, she didn't even flip the photos.
Yeah. she should have put them in different slots. It's true. And we have Kylan and Sarah Beth in a room. And this is where things start to get dark for me. These people are being blindsided hard. Like, hard. Yeah. And it's not just recently. It's like, if we go back and look at every person evicted, blindsides, and some are bigger blindsides than others, but blindside after blindside.
We haven't got to that part yet, but later on, Derek X.
Yeah, in the jury.
See, he doesn't even think that Hannah could do that to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they're all like that. There's no way my person could do that, right? But they're gonna be in for a rude awakening when they realize
they need to have a special episode where they let these people or all of the people that are evicted, they need to watch all the episodes on Zoom and release their reactions, because I would love to see the reaction videos. But Sarah Beth is talking about how the people in the house must be irrational. They're playing irrationally because she can't figure out why they're not trying to make different moves.
Right.
And I mean, when you're being gaslit, essentially, it makes sense, right? Like, you don't know what's going on. You're being told lies.
If you're a good Big Brother player, don't you think like, okay, they're not acting rationally, so maybe it's something else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on Survivor. Like I've heard everybody say this on Survivor. The day that the day leading up to the tribal council, if nobody's talking to you, that means you're going home.
Yeah, you're in danger.
Yeah, you are in danger if nobody's talking to you. So it's just it's just one of those things. I don't know. Yeah.
The beauty of the alliance, though, is like they have a person guarding that person, making them feel safe, and they're like, I don't know. I guess we're in trouble. You're up here next to me. We're both in trouble. What are we gonna do? Right. It's just so perfect. It's so perfectly executed, and getting power at the right moments and things. Anyway, she talks about her and Kylan might just not be likable.
And I mean, she's probably right.
I mean,
they're probably the two least liked people in the house.
and not just in the house. Like, if we go back and look through these beauty bucks, America's not hooking them up either, right?
No.
You've had your stuff with Sarah Beth. I've had my stuff with Kylan. We don't know these people. The people they are in the game, we don't like. I'm sure they're very nice people outside of the house, right? But who knows? Anyway, we get to the veto picks. The picks come down. Hannah, Claire, Alyssa for the 6th time, man.
Right.
Every week with this Alyssa in the veto. She should have more wins. Now that I'm thinking about it, she should have more wins.
You know, now that I think about it, going back to my conspiracy theory stuff, the veto picking is also one of my like.
Is everybody's name in the bag?
Yeah, like we never get to see what's in the bag. Like, is the bag just full of Hannah, Alyssa coins? Like, for all we know, right? And then, oh look, or, you know, like, or like the Derek X one. Was there even a Derek X name in that bag that week? Right? Like, I don't. You know, I've always, like, ever since I started watching the show, I've always wondered. That's just one of those things that my eyebrow raises. I'm like, we never get to actually see. Like, there's not a lot of transparency behind it, right? So
the thing about it is, how do they corrupt it? How do they corrupt the bag or the box or whatever, right? You would have to put multiples of someone's name in there.
Yes.
You can't put blanks. Right. Or you could put many house guest choice. You could put 2 or 3 of those, but even that's risky because there's only supposed to be 2 of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I get the conspiracy. I'm with you, but if they screw up, right? If someone picks 2 Hannahs, right?
Would we see it though?
The house guests would know.
Yeah, the house guests would know, but so you're thinking they would tell us?
They'd say something, and production could edit it. Right.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about after the house, like because they could just edit it on the show, right?
Yes.
But like nobody, they're not allowed to talk about this stuff after the show either. So like, I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah. Like,
this is a very conspiracy laden episode.
it's just reality TV in general. There's always that sense of like, are they trying to rig it in a certain direction? Not completely, but like, you know, kind of like nudging. Same with like diary room. Like, it's always been a thing. Like fans have always thought that like the diary room staff, like they must what's the word? Lead them in certain directions, right?
Well,
Because I think they tried to lead Derek X into playing in the comp, and he wasn't getting it. Like, I think they were like, "Are you sure you don't want to play in the thing? Are you like 4 times?" And then maybe the fourth time they'll catch on. Like, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna play. Like,
why do you think that about that one specifically?
It's not even like what I think. It's like this has just been a thing in like all reality TV, like Survivor, like all these. Like, the producers have, like, some people have said that production kind of sways it a little bit, like by things that they ask and tones and stuff like that. So I always had a theory that they must be massaging it a little bit more than they come off as like, oh, there's no, like, we don't touch it at all. I bet you they do, but
how real is the reality is really what it is.
Exactly.
The other thing too is, though, you're talking to a bunch of people that are playing a game sequestered from all of their friends and family, that the game inherently makes you paranoid. So anyway, someone asks you a question in a diary room, you're going to be like, are you trying to get me to do this? You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're wrong, right? I'm not saying the conspiracies are wrong. I'm just saying, like, all of it is paranoia. Like, all of it drives anxiety, right? So who knows, right? So
good point.
So they're playing the game where you rearrange pictures when you're trying to find what the differences are and all of that stuff, right?
It's time-based.
And it's pretty tight. It's tighter than I thought it would be. I think the highest score was 8 minutes and change, and the lowest score was 4:59. Sarah Beth locked in her score in what seemed to be a really quick time, like one shot. Hannah locked in hers in what seemed to be one shot. 4:59 belongs to Hannah. Hannah wins the veto.
And Sarah Beth in a close second with, what was it, 5:22 or something like that?
Something like that. Tight. 20-ish seconds. Yeah, it was tight. It was tight.
You could see the defeat in her eyes. Like,
yeah, because we also saw the joy in her eyes when she hit that button and she got it on her first shot, right? So the roller coaster ride for Sarah Beth, right? They played this veto knowing that the winner would go see a movie and some snacks. Very sad looking movie. I'm sure it's uplifting at points, but
no idea who that was.
Okay.
No. I don't even think I have his name down in the notes. Nope. No.
It's true.
Whoever that guy was, cool.
Happy you're killing it, dog. We're happy for you, right? We're not watching your movie.
Totally different from all the promotional stuff they've ever done. It's always been like action movies and what was it?
Comedies. Yeah. So Hannah picks the 3 nominees, which makes perfect sense, right? You're like, these people are in trouble. Let me give them some joy, right?
Yeah.
Derek F.
Little jury management, is that what they call it?
Jury management as well, yeah. Derek F. was not managed as well as he would like to have been.
His jury management is not as good.
It's not as good. And let me say some things, right? Derek F. is sitting there looking sweaty and salty, just came in from the game. He's sweaty. Hannah says who she's going to pick.
I think he still has his gloves on.
He might still have his gloves on.
Like cleaning, I think he was cleaning the washer or something. Like,
right? Hannah picks those people. Derek F starts mocking them, that they won. Oh, I'm happy you guys are going to the movies. They leave for the movies. Everybody's clapping and cheering. Derek F just sitting there, just stone-faced, angry as ever. This man has won damn near $10,000 on the show, okay? Act like an adult.
Management.
Act like an adult. Man, you want to win everything? You're not winning any competitions, just winning prizes. He must be like, these prizes are for me. But not this time, brother. Later on, Tiffany finds out that Kylan is trying to position himself to get Hannah to use the veto on him. And this is what I was talking about earlier.
He goes around the house and being like, Hannah should use it on me, like to the cookout. Yeah. This by the way got like the best sound clips for the season for me. I actually went back last night and edited some clips for my stream. So I can push a button and her clips come up. So like the one where she's like, "Shut the fuck up, Kylan. You're gonna sit on the block with Sarah Beth and you're gonna like it."
When you say she, you mean Tiffany. Because when Tiffany found out, they show us Tiffany detonating in the diary room. She goes off. She goes in the cookout. Everybody knows you're supposed to sit your ass on the block next to your partner.
Yeah.
So sit your ass on the block. Okay. I don't want to hear about you getting off the block. Sit there and shut up. And this was the moment when I realized Tiffany is a star. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tiffany is a star. Phlebotomy is over. You're not testing any more blood samples. Someone give this woman a TV show and put her on my television when this game is over, please.
You know what else I also realized about this scene, like with Kylan going around trying to get people to use it on him? They didn't show us Xavier's point of view, because if I was Xavier, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, I fucking sacrificed all that shit last week.
Yeah.
So Derek X wouldn't win.
Yeah.
Right. So we would control the veto. I'm on the block because of it.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone should be using the veto, it should be on me. Right. Because that's what I would be saying if I were X. Yeah. Like, I'd be pissed at Kylan. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're supposed to sit next to your fucking partner, man.
Yeah. Sit on the block next to her and shut up.
Right. Right.
Xavier, I said last week, and you said it too, patient.
Yeah. Super patient. But it's because he's playing the game the way you should be, right? Like, don't ruffle any feathers, shut the fuck up, and people will forget about you until you get to the end, and then he's gonna steamroll. Yeah. Like, I think if he was smart, they would go after Kylan, and then he'll just win out all the way to the end, I think. And that's what his plan should be. And that's why I think he's staying quiet and not saying as much, because like he's just trying not to jump on anyone's radar.
Yeah. Kylan pushing so hard has everyone looking at him. It's not a good look. And for me, it looks like exactly what I've been feeling from Kylan that I don't like at home. Yeah. It's like him and Sarah, they're like two peas in a pod. You know what I mean?
Setting himself up to be the first one out.
Yeah.
And I think Tiffany says it in this part. She's like, he's setting himself up to be the target, because nobody likes a non-team player. Like, I hate that. Like, I that's like, for gaming and all that stuff. Like, I'm such a team player. Like, when someone starts acting selfishly, like, it's just, I hate that. Like,
yeah.
And I wonder if they see that in him, right? Like always, like not throwing the HOH Tiff that one time. Like
the
the sympathy vote for Sarah Beth. Like, who, like, dude, this is a team. Like, we're supposed to be in this alliance thing here. Like, I don't know.
The only thing for Kylan is they have this plan to sit next to their person on the block. And I think he's the first one to do it, right? Hannah didn't have to sit next to DX. Claire's still in the house, so Tiffany hasn't done it. Alyssa's still in the house, so Xavier hasn't done it. I think
he will, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Brittany, I think, was sitting next to Derek F instead of Azza, but they kind of share.
I mean, they kind of
matter, right?
Yeah.
So maybe just because it hasn't happened yet, that's why he didn't want to do it. Plus, he's trying to protect his resume.
Yeah, he's trying to set. I get it. He's trying to set himself up for when they get to like 7, right? Yeah. Because at 7 is when, if you were gonna make a move on the 6s, that's when you would do it, right? Because you have your person. All you would need is another couple people, and then you could overtake the other 3.
Yeah.
His game's just it's too obvious. It's too obvious. Yeah.
So the eviction episode starts, and we start with a diary room from Kylan talking about how it's the best thing for the cookout for him to stay on the block. Like, we didn't just see him scratching and clawing to get pulled off for no reason, right?
Yeah.
Silly. But big things are happening. Okay. Alyssa, Claire, Xavier, all in the same room together. Alyssa looks at Claire and goes, if Sarah Beth goes home, you're going to be the only white person left in the house.
Oh, man.
Claire says, yeah, believe me, I know. I've been paying attention.
Have you?
Yeah, exactly. Xavier says, oh, I hadn't even thought about it like that. Alyssa goes.
Xavier goes into damage control.
Damage control immediately, right?
Yeah, like, uh-oh.
Alyssa goes, not one white man on the jury. And Xavier says, probably the first time ever.
Red alert. Red alert. Red alert.
But in the back of his mind, red alert, red alert. Alyssa, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then we got the jury house. We got DX showing up with Brittany. Brittany's being Brittany, fighting statues and all sorts of nonsense. DX says, they got me. And she's like, why, how? He shows her the video. They start trying to piece it together, and they get so close. DX can only see 4 people. He can't figure out how Hannah and Derek F fit in
the picture yet.
Right. And he doesn't realize he's figured out all those 4 people got a partner. You're Hannah's partner, dog.
Yeah. He doesn't believe it. I think they all don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
That they got duped by their person.
Yeah. I got something for you later. Okay,
so here's a question for you. I didn't ask this last night, but do you think this might affect any type of romance between Derek X and Hannah after the show?
I don't know that there's going to. Sorry, is that your whole question?
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of seemed like maybe they liked each other, but like I think now any chance of something possibly coming out of that is like out the window, because once he realizes what happened, right?
No, I think gameplay, as far as Hannah, Xavier, Derek X, Tiffany, maybe Kylan. I think those people are there playing a game. I don't think it's going to affect anything afterwards. I don't actually think Hannah and Derek X are going to be romantically inclined at all anyway.
Anymore.
The Cookout or not, I don't think that was ever going to go that way. I thought it needed to get that way in the house, and because it didn't, it's not going to happen. I don't even know where these people live. I feel like she's in New York and he's in California or something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I get you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Then more chaos. Okay. A beetle is flying in the backyard. Derek F is in the hammock with Hannah. Tiffany's sitting on the ground, and Derek F starts talking about he just doesn't want this beetle to land on him. It gets closer and closer. He jumps out the hammock, sends Hannah slingshotting the other way. She gets caught in the hammock, slams her head on the wood of the hammock frame.
It's kind of like a what's that thing in the playground we used to play with, the seesaw?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Derek F is on one side and Hannah's on the other.
He got off.
And he got off and she went fucking flying, right? Right into
Concussion.
the base of that. Right into that base and got
Tiffany gets on the ground, gives her a hug only a mother could give you, some deep, soulful hugging. Just
the
like
whole time complaining. Derek F is to blame the whole time.
Let's not have this misconstrued. It was him.
He's in the background being like, I'm okay too.
We saw your big ass jump out the hammock. We know you're okay. But don't let it be misconstrued. It's your fault. He did it, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, Ozza's cooking dinner for everybody inside the house, but everybody inside the house is now worried about what's going on outside of the house. And flames start up in the oven. They almost burnt the damn Big Brother house down.
Yeah, all the commotion.
So much. Yeah, everybody's focused on everything else. So we got a concussion. We got the house almost on fire. That would have been a real cookout. That's terrible. I'm happy you laughed, but that was terrible. Then we got Hannah telling us the reason the cookout has been working so well is because we are never in a room together. All 6 of us are never in a room together. Right. Then we get a flash. There's 4 of them in the bathroom. They're talking about the fact that they're never in a room together. And Kylan walks in and they all go quiet.
Yeah. Oh, shit. There's 5 of us in here.
And that's what you saw. What I saw was cracks. What I saw was a reason for Kylan to think about letting some of these people go before they have to let some of these people go. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if he needed a reason, all that silence when I walk in a room with all of my people, that's a reason. I'm just saying. I think they're 6 strong. I believe it, but we'll see. We'll see. Right. Then they are so ecstatic that all 5 of them are in the room. They go wake up Xavier. Xavier comes down. They have an official.
By the way, what time is this? This is like fucking 8:30 at night, and this guy's
9:30. Yeah, 9:30. And not happy you woke him up when he when he comes out. He's not happy.
He's been sleeping for at least an hour and a half. Okay, and when you woke him up.
That's so true.
I think he went to bed at 8.
That's so true. He's been in a deep sleep.
Is an old man.
They woke him up from REM.
Yeah,
he was in REM.
You can even see it on his face when he's like, "Why'd you guys wake me up for?" Yeah, he's like, "Oh, because there's 6 of us in here." Like, I'm going back to bed.
To cheer? You woke me up to cheer? It's crazy. But they do their little cheer. They have a good time. Then we see some endgame planning. We got the 3 Cookout boys in a room together, talking to each other. Derek F believes that Xavier would take him and Kylan would take him because they can't beat each other. And he's the next viable option because they can't take the ladies because there's too many ladies in the jury house, right?
Right.
Derek F says they could underestimate this mouth if they want, but this mouth is dangerous because I can argue and I can debate and I can convince and I'm gonna get it done regardless of how much I've won and how much people think I did. You're shaking your head a lot.
I hate it when people do this and they go on reality TV and they're like, if I can just get to the end, I can just explain my way into a victory. Like, no, man. Like, if we've learned anything about how reality TV has been going, like the word resume is now used more than it had ever been used before. Like in the early days, and that no one ever cared about a resume. Yep. Now resume is a thing, like something you think about. If you get to the end and you have nothing in your resume, I don't care how good of a speaker you are, because you're not going to be able to convince anyone. Like you have nothing to show for what you've done, right?
Well, I was in this house just as long as everybody else. I didn't put anybody up. I don't have any blood on my hands. I got $10,000.
Yeah, that's
vote for me.
Thing you definitely don't want to tell people. They don't have an excuse not to vote for you.
Yeah, you don't want to vote for me?
Derek F is setting himself up to be a GOAT. Like I think
GOAT. He's getting a 0.
Like I think Kylan. I think the when those 3 boys were in the room together, and that made sense to me because yes, Xavier and Kai both know they have to gun for each other, right? Because they can't beat each other, and they should probably, like, whoever ends up winning that war should take Derek F as the GOAT to the end because they would win, right? Against him. Yeah. For those 2 guys, it makes sense for that 3-person alliance.
Yeah. Then we have Tiffany and Kylan talking more endgame. Tiffany convinces Kylan that she would take him to the final 2. So Kylan is like, I'm taking Tiffany to the final 2. That's my final 2. And Tiffany looks us in the dead eyes and says, Hannah is going to the final 2 with me. That's who I'm taking. I'm happy Kylan wants to take me.
Yeah.
I'm taking Hannah.
She's just setting herself up real well.
Yes.
For the end, right? Yeah.
Yes. It's a delight. It's a delight to watch. It's a delight to watch her play this game.
Agreed.
Then we get to Eviction Night, and I feel sad again because Sarah Beth didn't even bother to dress up. They got an endurance comp, and Sarah Beth wore endurance clothes. Sarah Beth should have found her nicest dress. She should have found some makeup and some nails. Whatever she wanted to do to get dressed up, that's what she should have done. Because she gives a pitch. She talks about some regrets. You guys, I regret some of the moves I made. Don't regret this move. You should keep me in the house. Kylan gets up. He forgot he had to talk. He didn't even prepare a speech. He just got up and started thanking people for letting him come to the house.
So obvious.
So crazy. Votes come down. 5-1. Sarah Beth, go home.
Who voted who's the one?
Tiffany. Tiffany gave her a sympathy vote.
Oh.
I believe, actually, I know Kylan told Tiffany, give her a sympathy vote. Tiffany agreed.
I don't know. What's the difference between 6-0 and 5-1?
Kylan trying to manage these juries, man. He's been telling everybody what's been going on in the game when they get evicted. And now he's trying to give Sarah Beth. Exactly, right? Trying to give Sarah Beth.
That's how Josh Martinez won his season.
Yeah, he was managing the jury.
Yeah, because he was telling everyone the truth at the end, and Paul was not. He was lying to them.
Right.
And that's what got him the win.
Right. Among the 5, Derek F gladly to vote Sarah Beth. We're going to keep it moving. Then she goes outside. We get the pictures on the inside. Now, 2 things happen. They go nuts because Sarah Beth's picture goes black and white and Oz's picture goes black and white. Okay. So she goes crazy. They all go crazy.
Why is mine going? Oh,
exactly.
No. Yeah.
Change it back. Change it back. The other thing that happens is Claire looks crazy to me in this house. Okay. Claire.
Why?
With all these Cookout members and olive-skinned Alyssa, Claire's 6-foot blonde tail looks nuts. She looks like Goldilocks done broken in to the Three Bears house again, except instead of bears, we got wonderful,
the
beautiful
whole family. The whole family's over. It's Christmas
chocolate
dinner.
melanin. Yeah, it's a whole family dinner, and Claire's
Grandma,
just standing
grandpa,
around.
Everybody.
She's not hugging anybody. She's not arm in arm. She's just there. It looks bad. It's just it caught my eyeballs, right?
Yeah.
Also, Julie gives us a heads up. We got back-to-back double evictions coming.
I didn't catch that.
Back to back. So this coming week, double evictions. The week after, double evictions. So maybe you're right. Maybe they planned more people. I don't know. But maybe production's like, listen, we got to jazz this up. We got to move this along. We got to get
remind me to send you. There's a list of dates and times for the month of September going around, because they had some changes in their days and times and stuff like that. So yeah. This actually makes sense now, because I think the September 18th is a 2-hour episode for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
That's probably what it is. Yeah. Okay.
So then the head of household competition starts, and it is the one where they're hanging on ropes and they're slamming into things and they're spraying stuff at their face. And I go,
this is the Derek F challenge that he's going to lose at right away.
100%. This challenge, this competition, this construction does not look Derek F tough, right?
No.
It does not look built to support this man.
Right.
And damn Big Brother for doing this to this dude. Okay.
Right.
You could have waited until he was gone, maybe, or something, right? Play a different game. I know it's a classic, but play something else. Anyway, the machine is popping and creaking, and it sounds like metal. They go to commercial. They come back, and he's sitting on the side. He's found a camera to stare into. Julie's talking to him. He's looking at Julie like, listen, you knew I was falling off of this thing early. We don't need to talk about it. And Julie has the nerve to tell him, you look very relaxed sitting there. Yeah, I'm relaxed because I'm not fighting for my life on this rope. Not built to handle Derek F. Insane. It drove me nuts. And then 2 seconds later, before the show goes off air, Alyssa falls down.
Alyssa's off. Yeah. I noticed that too. It's like, oh, why couldn't you just end it?
The drama's gone.
And yeah, because now going into the next episode, it's like, okay, a Cookout member is winning. Who's winning? Yeah, like there's no climax to it.
Unless the Cookout has not decided who's going to win.
Yeah, I mean,
because if they haven't decided,
you would figure they did. See, I'm gonna guess that they loosely figured it out. Like maybe 2 people that could possibly be. I bet you fucking Kylan does it again, like
he's supposed to throw it.
Yeah, I forgot to jump off, or I don't know. I could see him going far and like fucking it up, and there being scenes of like, I don't know why Kylan's still on here. Like
yeah, definitely. Because the problem now is you're going to get some begging. If they haven't decided, you're going to get some begging.
Yeah.
Let me win. I haven't seen my family yet. I haven't had a letter. And to be real,
but who's the begging coming from? The people that haven't won any, right?
Exactly.
Because if you're a person that's won already, like how do you justify winning another one? Like,
right. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
So to set it up,
that might be interesting to see. Yeah.
Right. To set it up. And the problem with it is you've got Claire and Alyssa sitting on the sidelines watching. Right.
Right.
So if you start begging and bargaining in front of those two, they're going to start looking around like, wait a second. They're all bargaining, all of them together. What's going on? Right. So anyway, to answer your question,
maybe they won't.
Right. So to answer your question, Azah hasn't won. Hannah hasn't won. Derek F's already sitting on the sidelines. Right.
Right.
Kylan, Tiffany, Xavier have all won. However, Tiffany and Xavier both have their partners still in the house. So that means if they don't win, they got to go up. And nobody wants to go up now.
So you think X and
Tiffany
are going to be gunning for it the most?
I think they're going to try to show some loyalty to the Cookout because that's what Xavier does for the most part. And that's what Tiffany does for the most part. But also, I don't want to go up. I don't want to go. I wouldn't want to go up. I trust you, but I don't want to go up. And you know who I definitely wouldn't want to go up if they won? Kylan.
Yeah, he just went up. Yeah.
If Kylan wins, I do not want to be available. That's just not something I want to happen, right?
Right.
It's going to be interesting unless they've already decided. If they've already decided, they all give it to Azah.
I haven't heard anything, so I'm not sure if they have. I'm not sure.
We'll see, but it's going to be something.
We'll see.
All right. So once again, thank you very much for joining us on It's in the Details, the Big Brother edition. As always, please remember to share, like, subscribe, rate, review, comment wherever you get the show. Roger?
If you're looking for me on social medias, you can follow me at i6hitman on pretty much everything: YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, anything. Yeah. That's where, if you're looking for me, that's where I'll be.
We will see you next week for week 9, double eviction, baby. Take care. Peace.
Later.